Hey YouTube, Dave at Richter Scale Studios. I got a little ahead of myself and haven't filmed a little bit lately, but I still have 9 days or something to get this completed, and just trying to trudge along here. As you see, I got the top coat of the paint done. This is Vallejo Game Air Beastie Brown, and then I use this to shade it with. This is transparent Createx. It's a little thick paint, but thin it out, it's nice. Obviously, Createx goes through airbrushes very nicely. And then you can see I did a little bit of highlight on some of the panels, and that was a little elf flesh mixed. And I really don't know off the top of my head my percentages, but it's just maybe 2 parts brown to 1 part elf flesh to get that going. And then this, you see the gray here and here, that's transparent gray. I use that to kind of painted it first. I gotta actually do a little more highlighting again, and then went in with the mixture of the transparent gray. This is like golden. I recommend this highly. It comes with an agitator in it. It's very thin, almost like an ink. That's probably what it is. But it's amazing coming out of the brush. It's as you can see, it lays out very nicely and gives us a really cool look. And this is the base color is Wolf Gray from Game Air. So it's got that little bluish. It's like a cold light gray. And then I'm splitting the engines in half too. And then I'm using a lot of the gray to split those apart. And also there's gonna be some smoke coming out because you got exhaust. Got to paint those up. These are going to be eventually some form of white and gray, and then the those dags or whatever those like little kind of flames, I think they're called dags, are going to be black, and they're going to come wrapping around here, and they'll be gray inside here, which I've already done a little bit of work with the gray here to highlight it up. So I'm enjoying the color. I'm happy what it's turned out to be. This is what was in my mind's eye, and it's kind of nice when you get your mind's eye onto into reality. I like how you can see that dark brown just nicely shaded there around the wings a little bit, around some of the large cables, and then went with the highlight, very light highlight. And I can see I got a ding on the paint already. We'll see if that's dinged or not. I might have to touch that up on the wing here. I went with the highlight over on the this, but these are probably going to be changed out. Wing tips, the very edges of the flaps in the bottom, top of the of this, and the back of that, and a nice light wafting, I guess, of the highlight on top of the fuselage itself. So I think we're going in a good direction on that, and I'm happy so far. And I'm kind of looking forward to when I hit that with an oil wash. It's really going to make that stand out. We're just going to be looking at it with a pledge coat. I'll just pledge the runway, and I'm probably not going to oil wash the whole thing, but the runway's going to be definitely oil wash to really bring out those cracks, and I'll show you that in a second. And yeah, when we pledge this, it's going to bring, there's so much detail that things going to just explode on this thing. It's going to be very, very cool looking when it's finished, hopefully. And then I'm still considering on what I'm doing on this. On these edges, I think I'm going to go completely black on all the edges, except for that stuff inside the train, or the display piece itself, or the train piece. So everything will be black, then it'll go to black edge, and it'll fade into the satin wood finish. So now you can see this got a really high gloss to it, and this is all pledge. Probably 4 coats, hair dryered. It's completely dry right now. It'll be ready for our next little step. We'll go in there and just do a nice dark oil wash on it, maybe a blackish brown to make it a little more dirty. And that is it for this update. I'm gonna go grab the phone, and I'll see you in the next part. Thanks. Hey, we're back real quick. I am happy with the base coats. Obviously, you saw both these in the last section of this video. And I wanted to protect this because when I start going in and detailing panels, if I make any mistakes, which is a possibility, I'm going to be able to clean it up easily with a little bit of alcohol or something. So I coated it with a little bit of Tester's lacquer. I could have used something with the gloss like the Future floor polish, but I want to have texture to paint on. in case I want to do any dry brush or anything like that, so I can get in there and the paint will lay better. It won't be on top of a smooth surface. Because this, what we're going to do eventually, we'll do the oil wash on this, and then we'll then hit it with the Tester's dry coat after that, to seal that in and give it. And we can then start doing weathering and stuff on the board itself. So that's it, and we'll see you in the next section. Thanks.